Hi there, my name's Renee. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this, and I hope these three tips that I'm going to give you are going to be super helpful for you. Might seem kind of strange that I would be giving these to you for free, but what I found is a lot of small business owners are not necessarily cluey when it comes to Google and what they require and what they are looking for in order to rank. And every now and then, one of you guys decide to reach back out to me and ask me to help you. So I just feel like it's a win-win situation. So anyway, let's get to it. The first thing that I would like to bring up is Google is often looking for some good quality and relative content, and they look at that to decide if they're going to rank you higher in the search engine. So if I look at your website here and I'm looking at the types of words that you've got here, you've only got 388 words. So Google's looking for you to probably have closer to 1,000 to 1,500 words. The main competitor, when I put in Handyman Tulsa, the main competitor that came up is Mr. Handyman here, and he has 4,000 words, which honestly is quite astounding. However, there are ways to hide those words in back behind things, and Google doesn't want just a mass of irrelevant words. They're looking for things that are going to educate their users and that sort of thing. So that would be the first tip that I would say, is to increase the volume of words on your front page. Of course, keyword heavy as well. All right, the next thing that I wanted to look at was when we do put a search into Google, we get, the first thing we get is the ads. All right, some people have ad blockers, so then you aren't able to see these, and some people just will not click on ads because they just prefer not to do that. And so that can be hit or miss. So definitely, if you're going to do an ads, you want to make sure that whoever's doing your ads is putting together really strong ones that can give you a great return. The next thing here is what's called the Google Map Pack. So these are any of your local searches, especially if somebody's coming up on the phone or whatever. And then, but probably 80% of clicks go to these top 3 spots. So that's one of the big things that we would want to be ranking you as right here. And so what Google's looking for is they're looking for citations. So you might ask what a citation is. So that is just a name, address, phone number that's put into different directories around the website, around the website, around on Google. So, for example, Yellow Pages, Angie's List, Clutch, even Facebook, anywhere where your name, address, and phone number is listed. Google's looking for it to be exactly the same across the board and the number of times. So if they are up here in this top spot, they probably have at least 150 citations. And so what you want to do then is you want to go out and get those same citations, and then you want to have even more. So up to 250 citations. So that would be another tip that I think would be great for you. And then the next thing I want to look at is I've got this cool tool called Ahrefs, and it kind of allows me to look on the back side of websites. So I'm looking at your website here. You have 77 backlinks and 47 referring domains. So what this tells me is the referring domains is like other people linking back to you, like pointing back to you. And that kind of gives you, in Google's eyes, as they go through and see how many people are pointing to your website, that gives you authority in their site and legitimacy. So if I go over to your competitor, they only have 31 referring domains, but that could be It could be the types of domains that are referring to them. For example, an ice cream shop or a hardware store, which one is going to carry more authority when pointing to a handyman type business? Obviously, the hardware store carries more weight, I guess you would say. One of the other things I can look at here is what keywords different people are ranking for. So if I look here, I can see that you're getting 15 traffic approximately per month from organic search for your website. And one of the main ones is Handyman Tulsa. So that tells me you're getting about 5. Again, it's just a tool. It's not exact necessarily, but your position 10 for that, that's your business name. So of course you'd be number 1 position for that one. And then these are the ones: Tulsa Handyman Services Tulsa. You're getting those 8, you're in position 8 or 9. So in order to, if you come over here to this Mr. Handyman, and we look at what keywords he's ranking for, we can see that he's position 3 in Handyman Tulsa, getting 23 a month. He's position 2 for Tulsa Handyman Services, position 2 for Handyman Tulsa, Oklahoma. So what this tells us is if this is working for him to have these words on his homepage, you can take those exact words, pop them into different keywords on your homepage, and then you'll be getting that will enable you to get those traffic as well. So anyway, I hope that was helpful for you. Maybe give you a couple things to think about, something you can do. Obviously, if you want any help with that, I'd love to help you. My name's Renee. Again, my phone number is 907-242-2492. And I'll also put my details in the email that I sent this out to you with. Thanks, Jeff, so much for your time. I appreciate it.